It's been a while. Join me over on Instagram at EMWILSS and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Let's get to today's topic. People can say a lot of weird things when they find out in some way, shape, or form that you have committed or recommitted to saving sex for marriage. Allow me to give you a few examples. Just live a little. Is anyone good enough for you? You are missing out. You should just get it over with. It's not that big of a deal. Aw, you're so cute and innocent. One of the most common ones that I heard in regards to this choice in my life was people who would say, you'll change your mind once you get a boyfriend. Excuse me while my eyes roll out of my head from California to Kentucky. They roll to Kentucky. Shout out to all of you watching in Kentucky. In my own experience, and maybe you found this too, people are far more negative than positive when they may find out for some reason or another, again, whether it's a close friend, a family member, that you've made this decision. The negativity so outweighs the positivity, it's kind of unbelievable. And there are many, many different reasons for that, none of which I will get into in this video. The amount of people who said condescending things, comments implying that I would change my mind or that it would be impossible, that I could never do it, so far outweigh the people who would say, wow, I really respect that. Like, that's really cool. Things of that nature, or any sort of shred of belief that I could do it or respect for what I had chosen for my life. I found that people, not everyone, but a lot of people were so cynical about it rather than supportive. And that was a combination of both discouraging and annoying for a number of different reasons. Because here's the reality. Does your decision to live chastely, to choose to live purely in your life, whether that's you've lived that your whole life or you've made the choice to live that yesterday, does that become harder once you get a boyfriend? Or if you're a guy out there, once you get a girlfriend, does that become harder? Yes. Y-E-S. Yes, it becomes harder. Why? Because all of a sudden there's this person that you're in love with and you have to choose together to live chastely. You have to choose together to set this goal, to honor one another's sexuality in this way. You have to do this together. And it's very, very challenging because when you are in love with someone, when you are in a relationship with someone, that temptation is there. That's the reality. It becomes harder, but it does not all of a sudden become impossible. It's so important to remember that when things get tough, when things get harder, you don't just all of a sudden abandon your morals and values. You don't just say, oh, well, I have this boyfriend, so I'm just abandoning everything that I've, chosen and worked for and believed my whole entire life. You can choose not to abandon your morals and values, to change your mind when you are in a romantic relationship with someone. You don't necessarily say, and I didn't say in my life, well, this has gotten so hard because I'm in love with Daniel, so you know what? Let's just throw that out the window. It doesn't have to happen that way. You can choose, and I encourage you to continue to choose to uphold this even when you're in a relationship, even when you are in love with someone. Again, it becomes harder, but it is not impossible. And it is so important to remember that. What I want you to know and understand is that it's important to tune out the haters when it comes to this. It is important to tune out the people who discourage you from this hard choice that you're making, this unpopular, uncommon choice that you're making, to tune those people out who say, you can't, that's impossible, you're gonna change your mind, you should give up, it's not a big deal, blah, 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 blah. It is so important that when people are cynical about this, we don't let it discourage us and we don't let it change our minds to think, well, nobody believes that I can, so I must not be able to do this. That is not true. Straight up, it's not true. And I want you to know and believe that with your whole heart. An analogy that was very helpful for me when it came to the haters and things in regards to living my faith, choosing to live chastely, whatever it was a football player putting up a stiff arm. He gets the ball and he has a goal. The goal is the end zone, and a defender comes up and tries to tackle him, and he puts his arm out and he keeps the ball and he charges away with his arm straight out to keep that guy at bay, to say, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. I'm going to get toward this goal. I love seeing it when it happens to in a football game because I'm like, yes, this is, if you are choosing the unpopular road, what you have to do to the people who say you can't, you should give up, you'll change your mind, whatever it is, to hold up a stiff arm to their cynicism and just keep on going. And that's something that you can say to people if you encounter negativity or people, who say that you can or you'll change your mind. You can say, it might be harder when I get a boyfriend, but it won't be impossible. There are plenty of people who've done that. And I believe in myself. And I believe that I can stick to my morals and values, whether I'm in love with a guy or not, because that's something that's really important to me. It's a hard decision that I've made, but I know that I can do it. And they'll be like, blinking. Like a cartoon, like when SpongeBob's eyes goes up and down, that little noise that it makes. Maybe you don't know what I'm talking about, but you'll catch them off guard and say, I believe in myself. And that's really, really hard to do, but it's really, really important to do, because when you hold up a stiff arm to people's cynicism and negativity and telling you that you can't, you gain confidence and say, no, what other people say does not matter, right? If they discourage me, that's fine. If they say that I can't, that's fine. I know that I can, because I believe in myself and I have standards that I've set, and I'm going to date a man who wants to do that with me and who wants to choose that with me and who will know that it's not impossible to choose that together. So shout out in the comments if you've heard this one before. You'll change your mind once you get a boyfriend. What are some of the weird things that people have said to you? The negative things, the bizarre things, because it's so important to call these things out for what they are, which is people being negative and cynical, and recognize what the truth is, that I've made this choice. I am a woman who is able to adhere to the morals and values that she's chosen, to adhere to her beliefs. I am a woman who can and will. Come on and preach. That's all I gotta say about that. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and let me know in the comments below what you think. That's all for today. I will have more videos out to you next week. Been working hard on those, and I'll talk to you soon.